Okay. Actually, there's a theme here that I'm seeing, which is besides education and preservation, which leads us to the next question, which is how can people or young people learn more about the various types of art and get involved in a community arts program? Something to educate, something to let them know what is going on, the history of the people that are in the murals, something to that effect. What do you think, James?
Yeah, I think that's a very good idea. You know, when you're in your own community, you like to know the history and the culture. You know, I love coming to the East Side and coming to Spanish Harlem to, you know, eat and also look at the murals. I just think it's one of the most unique places in all of New York City. And for things to exist, we need understanding. For it to exist even more, we need to involve our youth in all of this. So without our youth being educated in what art, history, culture is in their community and how to get involved in it, how to create new art, history, and culture is basically what this whole art thing is all about. And so that until we start trying to set up more ways to get the youth involved in the whole fabric of you know, this mural thing in this community, we're gonna go back and forth, you know, with this. If we don't have classes set up that we recognize and understand these murals, talk about these murals, it's going to go back and forth. Other murals are going to be vandalized to a certain degree. I'm hoping that it's not. I'm hoping that this is just going to be a spark of what is going to become art education as far as community murals are concerned. This is what I'm looking forward to from here.
Okay. Yeah.
I think we need a learning on the job program. I think we need to liberate some walls, get some kids out there who want to have ideas, want to learn the best practices. Because from what you're saying about that tagging, some of it was pretty good and some of it was pretty dreadful. And, you know, getting notoriety for dreadful work doesn't go down with me. I think that there's no reason we can't have out on the wall training with people leading it who know how to teach it.
Yeah.
Making murals is serious business. You got a political perspective, you want to put it out there, it better be good, it better be clear, because otherwise the community you're doing it with and for aren't going to give a damn. And then if that kind of a mural gets defaced, no one's going to care. The reason that Hank and Manny's mural is so special is because it spoke to the community then, it speaks to the community now. It is one of the great murals of New York City. And I'll pass around the book. This is the history of the murals of New York City. And again, things are getting lost. If we can, every time a mural gets lost, find a new wall and get the funding. I don't know how you liberate the funding from the people who've got the money. I'm not really good at it, but surely there are people around who are. And we can have graffiti programs on the spot, paid apprentices. We can really nurture a whole new generation of wall artists.
Okay, Manny, you work in the community. You've had workshops and studios. What do you think about that?
Well, good stuff, but we've only skimmed the surface talking about preservation and the commitments to the murals that already exist. Here's the thing. I'm going to go back to 2006 when they asked me to do an image. I'm talking about Hope Community. They asked me to paint a mural on that in that block of 106 in Lexington with an image of Julia de Burgos. They asked me to paint an image, and because there was a buzz about there was going to be a change in the name of the street to be named after Julia de Burgos, which is a really important thing for us as Puerto Ricans in the neighborhood, in the history of the neighborhood. So what happens? I said, no, yo no quiero pintar. I don't want to paint. My fever is mosaics. Yeah, and they cost a lot of money. But you know what? I work on a sliding scale. The thing is, let's get this done. And for the first time, no matter how hard the conditions and how tough it has been in the art scene, especially with public art, we passed the hat around, old school style. And we raised $20,000 like that. Gave myself a 90-day deadline, and we worked hard. We worked hard in the street corner, 104th and Lexington. In 90 days, we executed this beautiful shrine image to Julia de Burgos. The inauguration of that mural was one of the most positive, beautiful days that I've seen in the history of East Harlem. You remember, Kathy? Remember, Carmen? That was one of the most positive days in the neighborhood, from which my thing was, we need more days like this. Where kids, teachers brought their kids from school to participate in the inauguration of the mural. One of the remaining relatives of Julia's family was there, present, to unveil the mural. Yeah, press and all that was there, the politicians were there, the funders were there, but most important was that Julia herself was honored in the way that she merited, with public art. Now what happened with this mural, I gotta tell you, it was interesting. Yeah, it was a violation. Yeah. The video guys came from the outside. But to see, when they asked me what to do, I said, address it right away. Send a message to the graffiti people right away. No, we're going to take this back, restore it right away. Because this mural, we love it. We love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's important that you...
And that's what, referring to education,
yeah.
That was the message that we were sending to the graffiti artists.
Right.
Not this one. You tag it, we're going to come back and tag over you.
There you go.
And we're going to claim it back,
right.
So you understand the significance of this mural. Now, when I was restoring it, one of the most beautiful things is the neighborhood, as I'm trying to paint, on this thing, and everybody's making a comment, mainly pissed off that, it was tagged upon, but the other half was just beautiful compliments about, let's claim it back. Que nene lindo, pintando, míralo, oh my God. And then the kids are walking by and seeing me paint. It's really important for the kids to see somebody paint. That's how I learned art. Monkey see, monkey do, as a kid, And, that's how we do it. That's how we educate them. But listen, there's already a lot of education about these murals in the schools. The teachers in this neighborhood are doing a good job getting mileage about these murals. Let's give credit to the people that are doing it. It's not as drastic, And regarding the future, and what has happened, and this whole thing, Big Brother and all that, you know what? It was always tough for public art. Public art always came from nothing. It will continue to come from nothing. When I mean from nothing, I mean from no funding whatsoever, from the desire of the community to express itself. We just need more cojones, excuse me. We just got to get up and do more, that's all. With nothing, as we have continued to do so.
Yeah, and maybe that is one of the street solution. In other words, hey, basically, this is untouchable. We're going to fix it up. If you do it again, it'll get repaired again.
It's got to be like that, because people can continue to leave their mark on it if you don't. It's just how graffiti spread it. You had landlords who didn't care about their buildings. So when a person writes their name, that attracts another person, and then another person, because they see that the landlord don't care and they're gonna leave it up there. But once you paint it, then they don't want to come back there anymore. And then the word gets out there, listen, if you do hit that wall there, they're gonna paint it over again. And